Good morning, everyone. Namaste, friends. As promised, I'd like to offer a breath technique. Again, two ways of doing it. The first way is sitting up in easy seated position, making yourself comfortable. Your arms will open up to cactus arms. And again, on your inhalation, you start here and it's a small breath in and then another small breath in and then a big breath, drawing the elbows in towards one another. If you're lying down, it's right hand over the heart, left hand over the belly, and same thing. We're gonna do 20 rounds of those. I'd like for you to do that at your own pace. If you feel you become lightheaded, dizzy, or uncomfortable in any way, please just go back to your normal breath technique, close your eyes, and just breathe naturally. For those of us that are still working with that particular pranayama, when you're done with your 20, let's do 20 rounds. When you get done with your 20 rounds, just release your hands down onto your thighs, your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you, and just feel into the effects of the breath technique. So I'll do the first couple, 2 or 3 with you just to get you started, and then I'll let you move at your own rhythm and your own pace. So as you find yourself comfortable in your seated position or lying down, let's open up our arms first. Just start to squeeze the shoulder blades in towards one another. Stretch through your fingers, stretch through your wrists here a little bit. Release the tension from your face. Maybe you open your mouth really wide. Stretch the jaw from side to side. Even maybe stick out the tongue if that feels right for you. And when you're ready, we'll start this breath technique. So bring the elbows in a little closer towards one another. Again, it's 2 small inhalations. So it's do 4 more rounds. Release the hands onto the thighs or knees. Close the eyes. Gently just feel your breath. Feel the energy flowing into your body. Greet this energy, perhaps with a smile, turning the corners of your lips up. Think about your intention that you want to set for today. Whatever that may be, let that come into your mind's eye. And just sit with it. Give yourself permission with each exhalation just to soften. And then gently flutter your eyes open. Perhaps bring the chin down towards the chest. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Feel the elongation of your neck. And Gently take the left ear over to the left shoulder. Pause there. Feel the stretch on the right side of your neck. Perhaps you start to draw circles with your right shoulder, working into a deeper stretch on the right side. And then take the head all the way around, right ear towards right shoulder. Give yourself just a moment to stretch. And then maybe start to make some movement into the left shoulder, deepening into the stretch on the left side. Rounding the chin back towards the chest. Just pause here for a moment and roll both shoulders down, back. Release the movement into the shoulder and then just take the head around in a circular motion. Remembering you don't have to take it all the way around or hyperextend towards the back if that's not comfortable for your neck. Maybe just doing those 180s with your head. Being sure to go in the opposite direction. See if there's any kinks or tension to work out in that direction. And let's come back up through center. Find the vertical or the straightness through your spine. Right hand onto the right knee, left hand onto the left knee. We're going to open our arms up so that they're at about 90-degree angles here. As you lift up tall, we're going to do that on the inhalation. On the exhalation, I want you to start to dip that right shoulder towards the left side. Feel your back start to open up. And then on an inhalation, you're going to sit up tall once again, and then dip that left shoulder over towards the right. We're going to do this a few times, again, with your own breath. So the inhalation will bring you back through center. On the exhalation, dip that right shoulder over to the left. Feel free to come as far down as you need to towards the knee to release anything through the back. Let's visit one more time on either side. Meet back in center, finding that vertical spine. Once again, we're going to do some seated cat-cow, so hands can still be placed on either knee. Now here, when you come into that cow pose, I want you to think about drawing your shoulders back so that the higher heart starts to lift. Maybe your chin can go up towards the ceiling if it's right for you. And then on your exhalation, chin draws in towards the chest, navel pulls in as you round through your spine. So big inhalation, shine your heart forward, shoulders back. Exhale, curl round, chin in towards the chest. Feel free to open up through the arms as well. Inhale, lift it up. We've got 4 rounds here. Start to move through the spine. Exhale, curl and round. Move with your own breath at your own pace. On that last round, let's lift up tall, sweep both arms up towards the sky, and then just a gentle twist over to the left side first. Let that right hand rest somewhere on the left knee or the thigh. The left hand plants behind you. Palm is firmly placed into the earth. Lift up tall through your spine, and then draw the shoulders slightly towards one another. Maybe the gaze is coming up and over that left shoulder, maybe not. And then a big inhalation, sweeping those arms all the way up towards the sky. Gentle twist this time to the right. Left hand finds its way to the right knee or thigh. Right palm plants into the earth. Lift up tall on an inhalation, and then start to twist a little deeper on that exhalation. Set yourself up for success. Maybe roll the shoulders down and back, little gentle squeeze of them in towards one another. And then gently take your gaze up and over the right shoulder. Let the twist come from the lower torso. And then a big inhalation to bring the arms back up through center. Release that left hand down towards the left, towards your hips. And then again, we're going to work with our breath here a little bit. So it's inhale, lift the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, gentle side bend to the left. Then inhale back up through center. Gentle side bend to the left once again. We've got 2 more of these and then we'll hold. Inhale back up. Exhale, take a side bend. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let's hold here. Now make sure that right hip is still touching or grounded to the earth. And then maybe roll through that right wrist. Stretch the fingertips out a little bit here. A big inhalation brings both arms back up through center. Same thing on the opposite side. Right hand releases down next to your hips. Find the length through that left arm first, and then use an exhalation to gently side bend over to the right. Use your inhalation to bring your arm back up through center. Exhale, gentle side bend to the right. 2 more times like so. And then this time, let's hold here. Again, that left hip should be pinned to the mat. And find the length through your arm. You can even start to play with like bending and re-stretching the arm out to find a deeper stretch. Roll through the wrist, stretch the fingers a little bit here. One more big breath. And let's come back up through center with both of the arms. Release them to a T shape here. We'll release them back behind us. I want you, when you interlace your hands, keep the bend into your elbows so that you can draw the shoulder blades back and down and then lengthen out through the arms. We're just a gentle lift of the higher heart. If it's suitable for you, you can take your chin towards the sky, open up a little bit deeper through the front of the chest. Maybe you're playing with lifting your arms back behind you, like so. This will further the stretch through the front of the chest. One more big round of breath here. We'll release the bind on the exhalation. And then bring your hands out in front of you. We're gonna sweep the legs to the side, make our way up onto tabletop position. Remember in your tabletop position that your fingertips are spread very wide, your knuckles are flat to the earth. Your wrists are just about underneath the shoulders. Let your elbows unlock here a little bit. And then the knees are directly underneath the hips. They're about hips distance apart. Option to keep your toes curled to the mat, or you can flatten on the tops of the feet. We're gonna start just by addressing the shoulders. So you're just gonna move through circular motions through your shoulder blades. Start to feel the movement there. And as you do so, I want you to think about pulling the shoulder blades in towards one another like you're trying to pinch a pencil or something in between each of the shoulder blades. Once you feel your shoulders or your upper back start to open up, feel free to move through your pelvis. Remember, on the inhalation, we press the tailbone back and away from us. On the exhalation, you pull the navel in and tuck the tailbone under. Just a couple rounds there to start to open up. And then I want you to feel free to start to move through your regular traditional cat-cow or any sort of organic movement. We'll spend about 10 rounds of breath in that organic movement, okay? So if you'd like, remember that barrel roll through the chest will help start to open up through the side bodies. You can sway your hips gently from side to side. You can make circles with your hips. Again, I want you to feel into your body here this morning. Let's spend about 2 more rounds of breath, making sure we've addressed both sides, maintaining that balance in our bodies. And then we'll bring our big toes to touch. Open up your knees as wide as the mat or as wide as your hips are willing to go. And then start to make your way down into a wide-legged child's pose, extending the arms as far as they're willing to go out in front of you. Give yourself a couple deep rounds of that Ujjayi breath. Remember that the Ujjayi breath is deep breath in through the nose, open mouth, exhale, okay? Knowing that this is the pose at any given point in time today during the rest of our practice, if you need to rest, this is a good option for you. Remember that you're at home, there's no judgment, no one can see you, so feel free to take that. And before we move out of our child's pose, we're going to take both of our hands over to the right side of your mat. So both hands will walk over there. Perhaps the left hand can rest on top of the right hand. And I want you to play with your breath. Send your breath directly into the left side body. Start to feel that deeper opening into the left side of your torso. Your next inhalation, walk the hands back through center and then gently bring them over to the left side of your mat. This time that right hand maybe rests on top of the left, and then start to concentrate your breath onto the right side of your torso. Perhaps only if you had the right lung. Using your inhalation, bring your hands back through center. Let's start to walk the hands a little closer towards the torso or towards the knees. Let's lift back up onto all fours. Bring your knees a little closer towards one another. This time, make sure that your toes are curled to the mat. We'll take the hands out about a handprint and a half in front of our all fours positions. Curl our toes and start to lift into that first down dog of the practice. Once you've met or greeted your down dog, I want you to pedal it out. Bend into both knees. Make sure that your feet are about hips distance apart. Make sure that your knuckles are flat to the earth. Fingers are spread very wide. Unlock your elbows here. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. Navel pulls in as you stretch your tailbone a little deeper towards the back of the room. Maybe you let your hips sway gently from side to side. Again, anything that feels good for you into your body this morning. And once you've gotten all those little kinks out, we'll find stillness for 2 full rounds of that Ujjayi breath in our down dog. Perhaps you close your eyes, just feel into those deeper breath techniques. And on this next exhalation, start to walk your hands back towards your feet. So we're meeting at the back of our mat in a forward fold this morning. And I want you to make sure that the feet are definitely hips distance apart, deeper bend into your knees. Pull the navel in towards your spine, draw the chin in towards your chest, and just hang here for a moment. Maybe nodding your head, yes, shaking it, no. If you need movement in your arms, maybe you grab a hold of opposite elbows and gently sway from side to side. I'd like for us to decompress our back, our lower back here in this forward fold. So really think about, again, the navel pulling in towards the spine, the knees are unlocked, and the tailbone is driving in towards the earth. A couple more breaths here. And we'll slowly, slowly, slowly ragdoll our way all the way up to a stand. Taking your arms up and overhead, big sweep here. Keeping the arms extended up towards the sky. Grab a hold of that left wrist. I want you to think about planting firmly into that left foot. And as you side bend over to the right, really ground down through that left foot so you can feel a deeper stretch through the entire left side of your body. 2 big rounds of breath here. Back up through center, grabbing a hold of that right wrist this time. Really ground down through the right foot and then side bend over to the left. Maybe you're going to press your hips a little more over towards the right. 2 big rounds of breath here. And then back through center, let's take our arms out to a T shape, bend into the knees, swan dive forward to fold. Here, halfway lift, lengthen yourself out, fingertips on the earth or the shins. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more just like that. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen it out, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale, bend into the knees, forward fold, chin towards the chest. 1 more time. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen yourself out. Exhale to release. Plant your hands firmly onto your mat. We're going to step the right foot back this time. Lower down onto that right knee. Bring your hands in to frame that left ankle. And then inhale, sweep your arms all the way up for a low lunge. Here, the arms will open up to a T shape. Then bend into the elbows. Interlace your hands behind the head. Keep the right foot, the toes into the mat for a little bit of balance or stability here. And then on your inhalation, just start to gaze up towards the ceiling. Now navel pulls in towards the spine so you protect your lower back. Breathe here for 3. Let's release those arms back out to a T shape. We're going to plant the right hand next to the left foot. You're going to take that left arm up towards the sky. Now for some of us, maybe we need a deeper stretch into that right leg. You can curl the toes and lift the right leg up and off of the mat. Just find a nice stretch here this morning. If you'd like, you can also move through circular motions through that left arm. Encourage a deeper opening. Make sure that the left knee stays at a 90-degree angle. One more full breath. And then we'll plant that left hand next to the left foot so that both hands are framing the left foot. If you're up and off of the knee, off of the right knee, we're going to just take that left leg straight or straight-ish. If you're on the right knee, you're just going to come back to a half split, lengthening out through that left leg. Either option, we're going to flow there 3 rounds. So it's inhale, left leg straight or straight-ish. Exhale, bend back into the left knee. Inhale, straighten left leg. Exhale, bend into the knee. 1 more time. Inhale to straighten left leg. Exhale, bend into the knee. Let's return that right knee back down towards the earth. If you've lifted it, sweep that left knee back to meet the right. We're on all fours. Plant firmly through your palms. And then a couple rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, bring the gaze forward, tailbone presses back. Exhale, curl around, chin in towards the chest. 2 more, just like so. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, curl around. 1 more round. Inhale, curl. Exhale, round. Keep that fullness in your back. Curl both of your toes onto the mat. Lift your hips back into your down dog. Full round of breath here. And on your exhale, start to walk the feet closer towards the hands, meeting in your forward fold. Let's take a halfway lift here. Lengthen out through your spine. Exhale to release. 1 more round, just like so. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen yourself out. Exhale to release. This time, both hands plant. Let's step the left foot back. Lower down onto that left knee. And then swan dive your arms all the way up, coming into that low lunge pose. We'll again open the arms out to a T shape. Bend into the elbows, fingers interlace back behind the head. Make sure that the right knee is lined up properly over that right ankle. And on your next inhalation, maybe bring your gaze towards the ceiling. Pull the navel in towards the spine, tuck the tailbone to protect your lower back. 2 more full rounds of breath here. Extending both of your arms back up towards the sky. Remember here, we're going to take that left hand back down next to the right foot. Extend your right arm up towards the sky. Now, if you'd like, you can lift up off of that left knee. Take the stretch just a little bit deeper here. Holding here. Always the option to move through circular motions to help encourage the opening, a deeper opening through the arms, through the shoulders, through the lats. More rounds of breath here. And then let's release that right hand to frame the right foot. So once again, if you're high up off of that left knee, it's an inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend into the knee. If you're still on the left knee, on your inhalation, you're just lengthening out through that right leg like so. And on your exhale, you're coming back into the low lunge. We'll move through 3 rounds here. Any sort of variation. Inhale, straighten right leg. Exhale, take a bend into the knee, lower lift, look up, shoulder blades back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend into the knee. 1 more round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. So if you are onto your knee, please lift up onto those left toes. Bring your hands slightly out in front of the right foot and bring the left foot to meet the right. We're meeting again in our forward fold. Big, deep bend into both knees. Let's take our arms up behind our back, interlace them once again. Keep the bend into the elbows so that you can draw your shoulder blades down, back, and then start to lift your fingers towards the sky. Maintain that bend into both knees, keep the knees unlocked, and then we're going to take a deeper bend into the right knee as you gaze up and over left shoulder. Let that right hand pull on the left just a little bit. Breathe here for 2. Come back through center. Take a deeper bend into the left knee this time. Gaze up and over right shoulder. Let the left hand tug onto the right just a little bit. Breathe for 2. Back through center, release the grip on your hands, let them dangle down towards the earth. Take a halfway lift, roll your shoulder blades down and back. Exhale, bend into the knees. Let's sweep to rise, reaching the arms all the way up. Bring the palms to touch, exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take a moment just to breathe and feel into your body. Perhaps your eyes are closed. We're going to start some standing postures here. So if you're not all the way at the front of your mat, make your way up there. We're going to start by stepping that right foot back. Hands can stay at heart center for right now. Right foot's going to step back into a lunge position. Now we want to make sure that both of the feet are kind of in their own lanes for balance here. You're going to stay high onto those right toes. And again, our hands, we're going to start here at heart center. And then make sure that the left knee is directly over top of that left ankle. From here, we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring them out in front of us. It's inhale, back up. Exhale, out in front of you. Okay? Inhale, reach it up. Find the length through your side bodies. Exhale, out in front of you. One more time, then we're going to add a twist. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, out in front of you. So from here, right hand's going to stay exactly where it's at. It's inhale, reach or wrap that left arm all the way back as you gently twist to the left. And then inhale, bring it back out in front of you. We've got 3 more. Inhale, open up to the left side. Exhale, bring it back out in front of you. 2 more. Inhale, back, twist. Exhale, back in front of you. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, back in front of you. Release your hands down to frame that left foot. Sweep left foot back to meet the right. You're in plank pose, always the option to lower down onto the knees. Take a bend into your elbows, squeeze the elbows in towards the chest as you lower all the way down. We're going to start with a cobra here. So hands squeeze at the breastbone, elbows hug in, shoulder blades draw back, inhale, lift, rise. Exhale, release back down, curl your toes through all 4s, down dog. Deep round of breath here. And then gently walk your feet towards your hands, meeting at the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen yourself out. Exhale to release. Root to rise, sweeping your arms all the way up. Bring your hands, Ajali Mudra. Exhale, hands at heart center. Take a moment, deep round of breath here. Inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale. And then we'll start by stepping the left foot back this time for your crescent lunge. Remember, feet are in their own lane. Stay high on those left toes. Same thing here to open it up. Make sure that your right knee is on top of that right ankle. We'll inhale, bring the arms up to find the length. Exhale, they come back out in front of you. 3 more times like so. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, back out in front. Inhale, reach, rise. Exhale, out in front. One more time. Inhale, reach, rise. Exhale, out in front. This time we're going to start that twist. So it's inhale, bring the right arm all the way back around as you twist to the right. Exhale, right arm comes back in front. 3 more times like so. Inhale, sweep the right arm around, twist. Exhale, back out in front. 2 more times. Last round, release the hands down to frame the right foot. Sweep right foot back to meet the left. You're in plank pose. Always option to lower down onto the knees. Use your exhalation to bend into the elbows, lower down to the earth. Hands squeeze in towards the ribcage, elbows pull in towards the spine. Inhale, lift to rise. Exhale to release. Curl your toes through all 4s back to your down dog. Give yourself a full round of breath here. And let's start by sweeping that right leg back and up, not coming as high as you can this morning, but just start to feel that length through the left side of your leg. Maybe you lift up high onto the left toes, Exhale, drive the left heel back down into the earth. Maybe you move through your right ankle a little bit, maybe bend into the right knee, maybe open up through the hip here a little bit. Any sort of movement through that right leg. And then release that right foot back down towards the earth. Let's do the same to the left leg, sweeping that left leg again, maybe not to our highest this morning. Inhale, stretch up onto the right toes. Exhale, drive the heel to the earth. Maybe you bend into that left knee, start to make circles through the left leg. Releasing that left foot back down towards the earth. Deep round of breath here. And then gently walk your feet closer towards your hands. Once again, meeting in a forward fold. Feet are hips distance apart. Navel pulls in towards the spine. Breathe here. And then let's inhale, sweep the arms all the way up towards the sky. Once again, the palms are pumped to touch. Exhale, find Samasthiti at the top of your mat. Close your eyes, feel your breath. We're going to open up into a warrior two pose, starting with the right foot. So we're going to add a little bit of a balance here today. So as you shift your weight over into your left foot, let that right foot start to hover up and off of the mat. You'll pull the knee in towards the chest as you slowly shift forward. Turn the right foot at a 90-degree angle and start to step back skillfully into your warrior two. As you cartwheel your hands up, check down at your feet. Make sure that the ankle or the heel is in line with the back arch of the foot. Remember that to bring your torso so that it's squared over top of your hips. This left knee is pointing back at the baby toes. Then open your arms up to a T shape. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades in towards one another here. We're gonna flow a little bit. So it's inhale to your warrior two, exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale back into warrior two, exhale, find a side angle. Inhale back to warrior two, exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale back to warrior two, exhale, side angle. Let's take it one more round. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Let's pause here in this side angle. Really find length between those right fingertips and the right toes. Breathe for two. And then inhale, come back up into your warrior two. So to come out of warrior two or an open hipped posture, we want to close the hip off first. So as we bring this right arm towards the front, make sure you're curling or rolling the right foot so that all 10 toes are facing in the same direction. Then release your hands down to frame the left. Sweep the left foot back to meet the right. Again, option to lower down onto the knees if that suits you. And then start to bend into your elbows on an exhalation, lowering yourself all the way down. Take a back bend of your choice. Inhale, rise. Exhale to release, curl your toes. Press your way back, down dog. Deep round of breath here. And on your next exhalation, start to walk the feet towards the hands, meeting in a forward fold. Halfway lift on your arrival, lengthen out through your spine, shoulder blades draw back. Exhale to release into your forward fold. Deeper bend into your knees, root to rise, sweeping those arms, gathering a big breath in, palms touch. Exhale, come down through heart center. Close your eyes, just feel into your body for a moment. And then the same thing on the opposite side. So we'll start to shift the weight over into the right foot this time. As you start to lift that left foot up and off of your mat. Pull the knee a little closer in towards your chest. Turn the left foot at a 90-degree angle and start to step back into your warrior two on this side. Look down at your feet. Make sure that the heel and the arch are in proper alignment. Right knee is going to be tracking back towards those baby toes. Remember that your torso is squared over your hips, and then extend your arms out to a T shape here. Gently squeeze the shoulder blades in towards one another, and we'll move through the same flow. It's inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Inhale back through warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Let's move 2 more rounds. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Last reverse warrior. Back to warrior two. Side angle. Let's hold this side angle once again. Again, really finding the length between your fingertips and your toes. And then back up into your warrior two. Remember to keep yourself safe, so as you bring that left arm forward, curl the left toes, all 10 toes facing the front, and then release your hands down. Frame that right foot, sweep right foot back to meet the left. Take your vinyasa flow, meeting in your down dog. Remember, there's always the option to skip your vinyasa flow if you're just not feeling that this morning. We've got 1 more round of standing postures here. Take your time, lean back into your down dog, deep round of breath. Breath in through the nose, open mouth, exhale. And then let's gently walk those feet back towards the hands, meeting at the front of your mat. A halfway lift on your arrival. Forward fold, bend into the knees. Sweep the arms all the way up as you come to stand. Keep the arms extended. Let's take another side bend, grabbing a hold of that left wrist, ground down through your left foot, gently side bend to the right. Back through center, grab a hold of the right wrist, ground down through your right foot, side bend over to the left. Back through center, and then flip the palms so that they touch. Exhale, hands come down to Ajali Mudra. Feet are about hips distance apart. We're going to step into that warrior one. So hopefully you guys can see me just a little bit better. We're going to start with the right foot. Remember that feet are going to be in their own lanes here, so we're a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Right foot lifts up off of the mat. Take it all the way back, 45-degree angle. Okay? Bend into that left knee, bring your torso up and over the pelvis bucket, and then pull the navel in towards the spine. Tuck your tailbone a little bit here, then lift your arms all the way up into full expression of warrior one. Breathe here for a full round of breath. On your exhalation, we're going to take the arms back behind us, interlace them like we've been doing. Keep the bend into the elbows, roll the shoulders down and back, and then lengthen out through your arms. Maintain that tuck of the tailbone to protect your lower back. 1 more big round of breath here, and then on the exhalation, we're going to fold forward, bringing that left shoulder into the left knee. 2 rounds of breath here. And then maintain the bind in your arms. Inhale, take that left leg straight or straight-ish. Let the hamstring open up and release. And then release both of the hands down to frame that left foot. The left leg is still straight or straight-ish. Right hand stays onto the earth. You're gonna inhale, sweep that left arm up as you gently twist to the left. This is a big opening to the left side of the body. Breathe into it. Exhale, release that left hand to frame the left foot. Take a bend into the left knee. Bring your hands slightly out in front of the left foot. Turn the right toes so that they're facing the front of your mat. Plant your palms. Left foot sweeps back to meet the right. Plank pose. Take your vinyasa flow. We'll meet back in our down dog. Give yourself that full deep round of breath. Deep inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale to release. Let go of that heat or tension that may have built up. And then use an exhalation to walk your feet towards your hands. Once again, meeting at the front of your mat. Greet yourself with a halfway lift on your inhalation. Flatten through the back, shoulder blades draw back. Keep your gaze down towards the mat when you halfway lift. Work on your shoulders a little bit. Beautiful. And then forward fold, deep bend into your knees. And then root to rise. Sweep those arms all the way up towards the sky. Bring your palms to touch. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Take a moment, deep round of breath. Beautiful job. We're gonna step back with the left foot this time to that warrior one position. So if you want to add that balance pose, you're shifting the weight over into your right foot, left knee comes in, taking it all the way back. Make sure feet are in their own lanes, left foot 45-degree angle, bend into that right knee. Bring your torso back up and over the pelvis bucket. Make sure that your hips are squared towards the front of your room, and then extend your arms up towards the sky. If you're feeling anything in the lower back, remember navel pulls in, tuck the tailbone down and under. One more full round of breath here for the full expression. And then we're gonna exhale, release those hands back behind us once again. Interlace the hands, bend into the elbows, roll the shoulders down and back, then lengthen out through your arms. Start to breathe through the center of your chest, or what we call the higher heart. Maybe your gaze is up towards the ceiling. One more big round of breath. And then on the exhalation, start to hinge forward at your hips. Bring the right shoulder in towards the right knee this time. Breathe for 2. Keep the bind into your arms, then inhale, take that right leg straight or straight-ish. Let the right hamstring open up here. And then release your hands, keeping the right leg straight or straight-ish. Left palm plants to the earth. Inhale, sweep that right arm up towards the sky. Gently twist to your right. Big stretch to the right side of your body. Breathe. Releasing that right hand on an exhalation to frame the right foot. Take the hand slightly in front of the right foot, then turn those left toes to face the front of your room. Plant through the palms. Right foot sweeps back to meet the left. Plank pose. Take your last vinyasa flow. We'll meet down dog. Again, always remember that if you'd like to skip the vinyasa flow, find yourself back into a down dog, or always an option to rest in child's pose if that's what you need this morning. Maybe some of us haven't had enough coffee yet. I know that I have not. Full round of breath, deep breath in through the nose. When you get to your down dog, open mouth, release. And then we're going to come into a balanced pose. So gently bring your feet towards your hands. Once again, meet at the front of your mat. Rinse out your spine by using an inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen yourself out. Exhale, forward fold. Root to rise, bend into your knees. Sweep those arms all the way up. Palms touch, Ajala Mudra. Exhale, hands down to heart center. We're gonna come into one of the most common balance pose, tree pose. We're gonna start by really grounding down through that left foot and then unweight the right foot. So remember in balance poses, you guys, that we're taking a bend into the left knee. The left knee is an internal rotation. The left hip is an external rotation. That's our base or our foundation. Now your right foot can be either at the ankle, kickstand, at the calf, or above the knee. If we're bringing it above the knee, I want you to start thinking about bringing that foot to the back hemisphere of your leg. So kind of closer towards the glute. The tree pose is a hip opener. So when you're placing your foot, think about opening through that right inner hip here. And once we've found our base or our balance pose, hands can be at heart center. If you'd like a little bit more of a challenge today, we're going to work on the shoulders of the upper back. So you'll take your arms out to cactus arms. Really almost like you're pressing into two walls next to you. You'll squeeze those shoulder blades in towards one another. Pull the navel in towards the spine. Tuck the tailbone. Take the yoga out of your face and breathe. And I want you to imagine that you're pushing walls away with your hands, but you're keeping the shoulders engaged. 3 full rounds of breath here. Entire body is working. Bring your hands back to heart center. Release that right knee out in front of you. Extend the right leg, shake it out a little bit, and then right foot meets the left. Shake out your left leg, maybe sway your hips around in circular motion. Work out all of those little kinks. And then let's start to bring the weight of our bodies over into the right foot, okay? Remember that as we ground down, the right knee is an internal rotation, the right hip is an external rotation. Build your foundation there. Then make a choice. You want to kickstand that left foot, bring it to the calf or all the way up. If you're bringing it all the way up, that heel or the left foot is going to find the back hemisphere of the right thigh or right leg. When you're here, pull the navel in towards the spine, draw your shoulder blades slightly back, start with hands at heart center, feel that pinching of the shoulder blades towards one another as you slowly open your hands to these cactus arms. Palms face away from you, and again, like you're pushing into walls. Get really strong through your back body. Pull the navel in, breathe. One more big breath. Bring the palms to touch. Release that left leg out in front of you. Extend it out, shake it out. Return left foot next to the right. Shake, shimmy, move. Perhaps you roll through the hips. It's my favorite way to release any sort of balance poses. Beautiful job. Let's inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Swan dive forward to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen yourself out. Exhale to release. Plant your palms, come down onto your knees. When we're on our knees, take your knees over to the left side. Let your right hip touch the earth. Swing your legs out in front of you. We're going to come into a little bit of ab work before we release down into some spinal twists. So there's a couple different options here for you. Feet are about hips distance apart. Now, if your lower back is sensitive this morning, I really want you to think about pulling the navel in towards your spine. Keep your back rounded, but shoulder blades back. Hands can rest underneath the knees, and you can just alternate lifting each leg here. Keep the core engaged. Some of us want to go a little bit further. We can lift those shins up parallel to the mat, and maybe release your hands out to the sides. Maybe that's as far as you want to go. Maybe some of us want to go a little bit further. If you'd like, you can bring your hands, just like we did in tree pose, palms flip away from you, and it's inhale through center, exhale, twist to the right, inhale back through center, exhale, twist to the left. Wherever you're at, we're going to hold for 10 full rounds of breath. So if you're moving, we've got 5 on either side. When you're done, we'll meet back through center. Release your heels down to the mat. Take your hands up and underneath the knees, maybe underneath the thighs. Draw the chin in towards the chest. The core is still active, and slowly lower yourself all the way back down towards the earth. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Make sure that the sacrum is flat to the earth. And before we come into our twists, our spinal twists, I'd like for us to release our head, neck, and shoulders if we're not already there, and then start to open up the knees wide, and perhaps you stay right here. Maybe some of us want to grab for the big toe. Maybe we want to grab for the inner arch or the outer edge of the foot. We're going to open up into a happy baby pose or dead bug pose. Setting the heels towards the earth, offering the hips a little deeper opening this morning. And then release the feet. Bring the knees back in towards one another, knees in towards the chest. Open your arms up to a T shape. And then release the knees over to the right side as you bring your gaze to the left. Making sure that that left shoulder is still resting onto the mat. Using your next inhalation, start to bring the knees back through center. A gentle shift to bring the knees over to the left. Gazing over towards the right shoulder, right palm. Again, the right shoulder is still attached to the mat. One more breath, and then we'll bring the knees back in towards the chest. And if you have any other postures that you practice to complete your asana for the day, feel free to do so. Otherwise, we're just going to release into Shavasana or the final relaxation pose to come into about a 10-minute meditation. So full body meditation. If you're comfortable, feel free to close the eyes. Remember to relax through your face, allowing all of those little muscles around the eyes to soften. Create space between the upper and the lower set of teeth. Maybe the tip of the tongue to the back of the 2 front teeth. Your right toes fall right, your left toes fall left. Allowing both of the legs to soften. opening your palms towards the sky. And just begin to connect very deeply with your breath. Once your body has become soft, feel into where your breath goes into your body. Your feet are relaxed. Your legs are soft. Your torso is moving with your breath, perhaps growing on your inhalations, contracting on your exhalations. Your arms are gently resting next to your body. Your face is at ease. The way is hard, but clear. Though it is the hardest going, the way is clear. The naturalist, Kevin Shriver, tells us that salmon make their way upstream by bumping repeatedly into blocked pathways until they find where the current is strongest. Somehow they know that the unimpeded rush of water means that there is no obstacle there. So they enter this opening, for though it is the hardest going, the way is clear. The lesson here is as unnerving as it is helpful. In facing both inner and outer adversities, the pursuit of truth comes at us with a powerful momentum because it is clear and unimpeding. So, where we sense the rush of truth is where we must give our all. As human beings, the black pathways of our journey can take on many forms, whether it be in avoiding conflict with others, or in not taking the risk to love, or in not accepting the call of spirit that would have us participate more fully in our days. It is often easier to butt up continually against these block pathways than to enter the one passage that is so powerfully clear. In this regard, salmon model a healthy persistence by showing us how to keep nosing the way, and once finding it, how to work even harder to make it through. Some say it is easier for salmon, since the power of their drive to end where they begin is not compromised by the endless considerations that often keep us from the truth. Still, it is the heart's capacity to rise one more time after falling down, no matter how bruised. That verifies that such a drive lives in us too. Like salmon, our way depends not just on facing things head on, but in moving our whole being through. Continue to center yourself. Bring to mind something you are avoiding. It might be making a life decision or asking for what you truly need. Breathe evenly. Nose around the energy of avoidance. What are you butting up against? Identify your resistance. Which part is coming from you? Breathe steadily. Look for your rush of truth. Feel for the clear and forceful way coming for you. For today, simply feel the power of the way that is clear and keep it before you. A deeper breath, deeper than the breath before. Continue with those deep breaths as you shift back into an awakened state. Adding the subtle movement, gentle rock of your head side to side, movement into the fingers, movement into the toes. As this movement becomes more natural, perhaps you explore deeper movements, maybe bending into your knees, maybe swaying your knees side to side, maybe opening up through the mouth again, real wide, maybe even opening the eyes real wide. Eventually bringing yourself into a full body stretch, finding length between your fingers and your toes, pointing your toes towards the front of the room. And then using an exhalation to once again draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Remember how important it is to show up for yourself. Not only in these trying times, but every day, always. Eventually choosing to roll to the right or to the left, doesn't matter. Find that moment of pause. Ask nothing of yourself. Just be present in this very moment. When your heart is content and your practice feels complete, please lift to rise. We'll close our practice. Easy seated position. Gathering our hands again, Ajali Mudra, in front of the Anahata Chakra or our heart space. Perhaps you make that full connection, bringing your thumbs to connect to the sternum. Maybe some of us can feel the subtle beat of our heart as we just finished our practice. Thank you for showing up for yourselves. Thank you for showing up, allowing me to do what I love to do, what I miss doing so much. From my heart to yours, may we continue to stay healthy and be blessed. Namaste, friends.